Warning: the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Hey, what's up? We're back. It was a little anticlimactic. You guys are a little boring right now. Well, anyway, we're live. Man. We're live. Yeah. We're on. We're back. We're back. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 170 of this train wreck that we love to call the Coach's Box. Call it like we see it podcast. Fellas, what's up?
Not much. Just watching some basketball. Some 4-hour JV basketball.
Good evening from Columbia, Missouri.
Of
Missouri.
Here he goes.
You got your Shakespeare's pizza? That's all I want to know.
No, I got Gumby's earlier for dinner. I got to get my Gumby's fixed. I'll get Shakespeare's on Saturday.
Okay.
But I had to get my Gumby's fixed tonight. So I got it delivered and good to go.
Well, we're all really happy for you there, big time.
Oh, here we go.
So, we're waiting on Jarvis. I think he's trying to figure out how to get on the...
Press the red button.
Yeah, I know.
Go find Weston.
Have to go
Weston doesn't know how to hit the button yet. There
I mean, we can cut Weston some slack. Jason, not so much.
All right. I'm good with that.
But anyway, hey, we had to take last week off because of Thanksgiving. I think it's important that we did that. But a lot has happened in the last couple weeks. I've lost a couple of games, and Jim has won all of his JV games. He has told us that he is undefeated.
I just have to remind everybody, you know what winning 3 games in a row is? That's called a winning streak. And
yes.
I reminded the girls of that last night.
Yeah, but nobody records those at the JV level there, Jim.
No kidding. It's like, did they really happen?
Just ask Zach.
Hey, but the best part about all of it, Kevin, is that you and I go home when the sun's still out.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
True story.
I
was driving home at
Zach, I hate to tell you this, but
from MICDS.
No matter what sport I coach, I go home when it's light outside.
Facts, because we don't have lights on the field here at St. Pius. But no, lots going on. We just kind of got basketball rolling pretty much throughout the state now. All the Thanksgiving tournaments are done. We have Jim's in Columbia because he's big time calling the state championship games, and football's about to be done. So good year of football. Ready for basketball to get going full swing. That way, whenever I log into the Misha site and say sports now, it doesn't say fall sports, so I got to click the extra tab. I'm lazy like that. I want to go right to winter sports. That's how I feel.
We got to give credit where credit is due, because we have got some local teams, and I said local teams plural, fighting for a state championship.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's 5 teams from this side of the state, 3 teams from the Mississippi Valley. I mean, it's going to be a great weekend out here, and I had a chance to talk to Saharsky yesterday. And they're excited, and they should be. I mean, they knocked off the giant called Lutheran North last week in convincing fashion, and they're going to run into a team that, guess what, it's the same team that they practice against every day so much, because them and Kearney are like mirror images of each other. I mean, when you watch the two teams, they're big up front, they're physical. They've got two great running backs, two great quarterbacks. I mean, I'm excited for this game. So like I told Bill, I said, I wish this was the Saturday night game instead of the Saturday morning 11 a.m. kickoff, because I think this game and Valley and Lamar are going to be the two best games of the whole weekend.
Kevin, nobody had anything to say about
Kevin,
that.
what do you think?
Well, I'm actually really excited. I want to see my wife works in the Hillsborough School District, so it's been a really, she says the spirit and the school spirit around all the campuses have been pretty big over there. But I'm really excited to see the Valley Lamar game.
I told you, Jim,
always that those two are headed for the last several years of anything. They're headed for a head-on collision at some point, and it's going to be really nice to see how that pans out between those two immovable objects trying to beat each other.
Hey, we talked about that on Jim's show today. If you haven't watched it, you can always go back and watch it on Facebook and YouTube for absolutely not a freaking time. And guess who decided to join the party? You find the email link, Coach Jarvis?
Hi, Coach Jarvis.
Hey,
You are
Jarvis.
live.
Hang on, wait
Oh,
for it.
he's
You are live.
We're
Hey,
on.
Coach
We're
Jarvis
on
is
the
even
air.
wearing the Cardinals jersey tonight. I like that.
It's still not on my
Jarvis.
personal email.
I don't know what to tell you, man. You
got
checked the
something
spam
typed
folder.
I did. I'm not stupid.
Oh,
Oh.
hostility here.
Oh, there finally it took a dozen
Hey,
episodes.
hey,
finally they're going at each other.
But Kevin, I've dealt with nerds like you my whole life. Yes, I checked the spam. Spam. Yes.
I didn't even say anything.
It was me.
I know it was
me.
you. But that's
I
usually
expected you.
that is usually what some technology person's gonna tell you. Check. No, I didn't check the spam. Yeah, I
Did you
did.
turn it off or turn it back on?
Just like
That's-
Mosaic.
I
Just like
I
Mosaic.
very
Did I get a
rarely
number
ever say
one?
check the spam.
Mosaic, you did not get a number one. You're still
We'll get there. We'll get
No,
there. I
go
know
ahead.
you're excited to talk about that. We're talking about local high school teams playing for the state title. So Jarvis,
I'm Hillsborough Hawks, baby.
tell us a little bit. We've kind of gone through roundtabled it. Tell us, what are your thoughts?
Well, I hope they win. And that's hard for a Festus Tiger to say.
I was about to say, like, how
Yeah.
much? How much did you have to conjure to say that?
It took everything
How
I
much
had.
money got pipelined over to you from Shaharsky to say
Oh,
that?
whatever. Always Saharsky I talk to is the basketball coach. So I mean, it's always good to see local teams. I mean, Park
Agree.
Hills mopped the freaking turf of us in one half of football. So hey, we lost. We lose the state champions. You can't really, hang your hat low on that, right? Hey, we scored like 14 against them. Now, none of them played in the second half.
We're saving them. Gotta save those guys, right?
It's still Park Hills on the jersey.
Correct.
But yeah.
But the one thing I am going to say, and we talked about it on my show earlier today,
I
the
didn't watch.
performance that Jeremiah McClellan, I figured.
You have a
The
show?
performance that Jeremiah McClellan had for CBC this past Saturday, that is going to go down in high school history in St. Louis as one of the most unbelievable performances you're ever going to see. Broken foot, 3 touchdowns, 160 plus yards, and the one-handed catch that he made in the fourth quarter was just absolutely unbelievable.
Is that past the Merrimack? Because I don't care.
Yeah, I figured it.
Hey,
Wait,
Jarvis,
is that a rich?
You should care. Time out.
Is that a rich private school? No, I don't care.
You should care because you know what? Mizzou and Drink needs to get these players. I keep reading about the state playoff games.
I
the
do
state
agree with
championship
that.
games, and I see Ohio State. I see Memphis. I see Nebraska. You know what? I didn't see a whole lot of it in the STL Today article. I didn't see a whole lot of Mizzou talking about some of those players.
That's true.
Oh, okay, you were I think it was his mission today to just be a sour ass. everything. everything that he posted today, I just wanted to reach through and punch McVay. and I'm like, dude, why are you so sour about everything? Mizzou's got some good recruits. He's recruiting Missouri.
Right.
I mean, he's doing all right.
Okay, here's my question though, and this is honest question. We can go.
Here we go.
No. Listen, when you have Deion say, "Hey, we're only going to go 4 or 5 high school kids." When you hear SEC schools, when you hear other
Power maybe that's schools, why Drink isn't going after.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. Is that do you think that's going to be a trend to where you're going to go to the transfer portal? But then when you look at Rule at Nebraska, when he says, "Hey,
I was just going to say that
you're going to have to pony up $1 million to $2 million for a QB." So I mean, are we going to see that affecting high school players going to Power 5 programs?
I would say, yeah. I mean,
it's already.
Yeah. That's a big deal. I mean, it's like if I'm a blue chip guy, who's gonna give me the cash? I need my NIL money.
No, I'm gonna do show me the money. That's what I'm gonna say.
But that's the thing; they're not. That the high school kids aren't. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. You look at the talent. All I see is this Ohio State verbal, this Notre Dame verbal, this.
And I'm okay with that Ohio State verbal, by the way. I just want that out there. I'm okay with that.
Hey, how'd that game go last week?
How about them Wolverines?
Talk about it.
Hey,
whoa! Wait, I call like I see it. I'm pretty sure that they had a substitute coach in, and still they
didn't even need their head coach to beat you guys.
Signs? Were they stealing signs too? I mean, what
What was the sign they stole? What was the sign they stole?
I've got a sign that I can show you that they stole that I can't do on the air right now.
I mean, you can.
No,
you can only do it once.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We got the Chris Miller rule in effect.
No, I mean, like literally, you can only do it once. You do. That's it, and then you're done. So, hey. We could. I'm going back to Zach's thing because otherwise I could just pile on the Buckeyes, which is still okay with me.
Sounds like a great show to me.
I agree. Why did we just think of that before?
What the heck?
I just got a phone call from Faroe Field. I got to go help Jason.
How do we get Jim to jump off the show real quick? Wait for it. But hey, this is the new trend of college football, guys. It's going to affect some of the high school kids that are going out. They're not going to be as recruited so heavily. The transfer portal is going to be big, and the schools that take advantage of that, you already seen it how it happened in college basketball and what it's done with the tournament with Florida Atlantic and schools like that. That's what's going to happen even in football, and you're going to start seeing more of that push. And I think football is one thing. I think it's really going to affect college basketball.
Yeah. Okay. And since Jarvis said I'm already being a sourpuss,
you're being a sourpuss.
At what point? Because here's the difference between college and professional. Here's the difference between college and pros. Why does Nick Saban and Spurrier and all those other coaches that were great college coaches, they go to the pros and it doesn't work? Because they don't have they can't implement the same strategy to pros that are saying, hey, dude, I'm making 3 times your salary. I don't care. I love the story. They talked about Nick Saban talking to Zach Thomas, and Zach Thomas just said, blank you. You're not going to. So when you pay these players in college, which I'm okay with to a point, but I still think they're getting a free ride anyway. They're getting everything paid for anyway. At what point does ego set in and saying, dude, I'm your 2, 3, 4, however many million QB or point guard or whatever. I'm not listening to you because I'm one and done, baby. I'm a lotto pick.
Because there's
you know what?
You get you may throw, but
tech guy
say you're Alabama. Do this.
And the robot voice of Kevin has spoken.
You know what? Here's the one thing though. In driving over, I was listening to Bob Ramsey was on 590 today, and I love Ramsey. He does a great job with the Billikens, broadcast and all that. But he had a great point about how NIL is going to trickle down into basketball, and I think he hit it right on the head. At some point, you're going to see a setup very similar to what football is. You're going to have the FBS, and then you're going to have the FCS. It's going to be a very similar to where there's, what does that turn the NIT tournament into? The FCS championship. I mean, it was a great point that he brought up about it, because they were talking about this very exact thing. It was actually him and Earl Austin Jr. who, when those two talk about basketball, you listen. They're that good.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely changed the landscape of college sports right now. There's no doubt about it, and you can see what it's done, even in somewhere like Colorado. I know they're not having the most wonderful season or whatever, but they only won one game last year. They sucked. You can see what it's done for some of these mid-major schools. Like, I use Florida Atlantic because you play for national championship. I mean, come on. And what did you have? You have a bunch of guys who hit the transfer portal and showed up to play. You're going to see a lot of those. I think it's easier to fill a team of basketball players when you only have to have 5 starters for basketball than it was for football to try to get those kids in to make something work. So I think that's what we're going to be seeing a lot more of.
Okay, so high school coaches that are trying to get your players into college and trying to get a scholarship. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Where do these players go? If you're only getting 5, football, you're only getting 5 dudes, you're only recruiting 5 high school. Where are all these players going?
I mean, they're going to find their way into programs to play. It's not like they're going to end up nowhere. It's just you're going to have some of the guys, and once they get to the point where they receive that recognition and they filling up stats, they can go, you know what? Instead of playing here at Southeast Oklahoma State, I'm going to go and have a chance to play for Kansas or Oklahoma or Texas or somewhere like that, and I'm going to enter the transfer portal. And those schools are looking for somebody who has a little bit of seasoning to them, who obviously has shown that they can play, not just hey, we're going to recruit you and maybe you work out. No, these guys can actually play a little bit, and they've proven that. So now let's see if they can play at this level. And here we go.
That's what I'm saying. Are they going JUCO, NAIA, D3, D2? Or, I mean, again, if you go from, hey, we're going to go 20 D1 freshmen to 5, and you multiply that by the 115 schools or whatever, where are they going? That's what I'm saying. And what's the trickle down effect?
Maybe they'll go to Truman State and be like, Cody Schrader, and then be the star of the SEC.
And that very well may happen. I mean, and you look right now, and I'll just be brutally honest. You look at the talent level on the NAI level. You look at the talent level on the D2 level. I mean, there's plenty of spots for those kids to go. And let them prove themselves. And if they want to get in on the NIL money, so be it. Here we go. Prove yourself, and you're going to get some money.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong this time, but that's what they're going to do. There's going to be places for these guys to play. Everybody needs somebody to play on their football team, okay? And if you're good enough to play, you're gonna play.
Well, yeah, I mean, the football is a totally different animal because, I mean, like when I went and played college football, we had 120 kids there, 120. I mean, so
out of curiosity, how many were on scholarship versus walk-ons? If you remember.
Oh shit, that was back in 1994. I'm not going to remember that.
Okay.
But,
well, I mean, I guess.
I mean, but in NAIA is a totally different ballgame when it comes to scholarships and what creative scholarships they can get you, and
percentage
the academic and the
that.
Leadership scholar. I had a bunch of bullcrap scholarships. My football scholarship was a whopping like $2,500 or something. All my other scholarships paid for college. So I don't know. I just think,
so that brings me to another point then. Since we're all educators, should we be putting a point of emphasis more on academics to say, hey, get academic scholarships rather than worrying about these college scholarships?
Please, academics, listen to this guy. Absolutely,
I know.
not.
Listen to academia here.
I'm asking. Again,
you're asking. I forgot he ain't coaching anything but baseball, and so he's an academic.
Wow.
Hey, hold on here. Get this knife out. Get this knife out. Thanks.
He's got a lot of free time. He's got a lot of free time on his hand.
Got got a great point. A new rule should be that a player can only use the transfer player once it's being abused in football. Absolutely, 100% correct. That's why you're
You
seeing
think
a
it
lot
should
of
be
these
once?
kids. Yeah, and that's why you're seeing a lot of these kids that are going through twice, and you saw it.
The heck is those balloons?
What did Jim do? What did Jim do?
I didn't do anything.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Is it your birthday?
Did the Chinese get us again or
Another
what?
month. I'm a month away from my birthday.
I was going to say
But
Miller's
no,
the one that had a birthday, didn't
You
he?
look at
While
North
back.
Carolina, that football player. You look
And
at
Kevin was the
at St. Louis
Kevin.
University. They've got 2 kids that they're waiting on the NCAA to rule on because it's their second, their second transfer. And that's so the NCAA is trying to do something, but they're so doggone inconsistent with how they are ruling it. That's where the bigger
you mean
lies.
you mean like if you turn yourself in, you get punished. You get punished more, but then when you don't turn yourself in and you're Kansas, you're okay. That's what you mean. They pick and choose how they want to treat people.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct.
That sounds like a great governing body.
When's the
NCAA just going to be gone? I mean,
sooner than we all think.
When somebody says we will sponsor and or pay for basketball and baseball and all of the other sports,
Hey,
that is
somebody
you may
bankrolls it.
You may see the implosion happen this weekend if Bama beats Georgia, Texas wins, and Bama nor Georgia make the FCS or make the football playoffs. You may see Sankey go out of his ever-loving mind.
How do you justify
and blow
it?
that whole doggone thing up?
Okay, so we want to get into that. I mean, here's the kicker:
Sure.
you can't if Texas finishes with one loss and Bama finishes with one loss, Texas has to get in. Otherwise, all you're saying winning doesn't matter, and then all you're saying
Head-to-head
is
doesn't matter.
Head-to-head winning, and you're saying winning doesn't matter, and all you're saying is who has the best fan base, which in other words means who's got the biggest check. So my wallet's bigger than yours, so therefore I'm just going to go ahead and go.
Do you want me to tell you what
is.
the unpopular opinion in this room is going to be?
What?
Mizzou is not going to end up in a New Year's Day 6 game.
You shut your mouth.
Zach, no.
You shut your mouth, Jim.
Zach just hit it on the head.
If the right people lose, it's not going to matter.
Right, but if Ole Miss, they'll take Ole Miss over Mizzou because Ole Miss will travel better and bring more money in. And I hate to say it. I hope and yes, I'm the one that said they'd only have 6 wins this year.
Okay, so now the negativity swung and went from, and we've already had this in the text group too. You two are the 2 most negative Nancys.
It's called being real. It's called having this conversation.
Realistic.
I'm so sick of hearing
so you mean to tell me? So you mean to tell me
Mizzou is in one of those games? Period. I don't care what happens. They have to be.
Well, the problem is, okay, if Alabama beats Georgia,
that doesn't going to change Mizzou's position.
It does.
Yeah, it will.
If SEC doesn't have anybody in the playoffs, that's the kicker. Because if Texas wins out, they leapfrog Bama and Georgia.
Ohio State.
If Bama beats Georgia, they leapfrog those schools, and you have 0 SEC schools in, which
they're not gonna have a playoff without an SEC team in.
Okay, then
they won't.
Okay, let's go through the scenario.
I don't have to justify it. I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. They're not gonna have one without it.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's the scenario.
And then
Georgia's going to lose. Georgia's going to lose. Oregon, Washington, they're in. Michigan, 22-point favorite in the over-under is 35. Yeah, Michigan's in. So you got 2. Florida State's going to beat Louisville. Florida State's going to be in. Now, what do you do with Georgia if they lose? Or if Texas wins, you bump Texas up. Ohio State's out no matter what. And I
Yay!
to that fact.
Oh,
yippee! Out.
I get it. I'm okay with the Orange Bowl against Louisville. I'll take that in a million years. But
you're not going to play
I'm telling you, We're not going to play in the Who Cares Bowl. No.
Well, that's because they won't put Ohio State there. They're blue blood programs.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, there is a scenario that could possibly play out that the SEC does not get a team in. And for Nick Saban today, in his interview, he flat out said, if we win and we don't get an SEC team in, that's disgracing our conference. Well, when Nick Saban is saying it, that means it's out there that there's a good possibility Bama wins, SEC teams are out.
He's basically telling them, you're going to put an SEC team in there. Nick Saban, now, I don't care. Nick Saban's got a lot more clout than you and anyone else.
I agree with that.
They're going to have, there will be an SEC team. There will be.
Well, as much as I love Bama and how they've improved over the weeks, I think Georgia wins. I mean, I get it. It's the Iron Bowl. I get it's a rivalry. It's at Auburn. There's the fact that it's 4th and goal from the 30 some odd yard line and they come away with that play. It never should have happened. I mean,
no, Alabama should have lost to Auburn. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How do you let that happen on the 35-yard line? I just can't let that happen.
Exactly how it happened. You didn't rush anybody. You didn't pressure the quarterback. He had literally all day. I'm pretty sure he sat down, jumped back up, and
if you didn't rush anybody, why would you not just put all 11 in the end zone? It boggles my mind.
Listen,
but
I don't coach football anymore.
You know,
well, you can't put all.
No, I'm just saying because they stood there. All paid because
the easiest thing to happen. The easiest thing to happen. Georgia wins. Michigan's going to win. The winner of Oregon, Washington's going to get in, and Oregon should win.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
And this is where these conference championship crap is stupid.
Let me ask you this question.
I'll agree.
Washington.
That's how Mizzou got screwed. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so Washington beats Oregon already earlier in the year. Oregon beats Washington in the conference championship. How do you differentiate between the two if they have the same record and they both have head-to-head wins? I'm asking you personally.
It's going to be Oregon.
I'm asking you personally.
Who's playing better right now? Oregon. 5,000. I mean, Oregon is playing way, way better than Washington.
And Oregon's got the more clout. If Oregon beats them, there you would be in, not Washington.
So who's got the better resume?
Well, I mean, they're all playing the same schools in the Pac-12.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, do you do recency bias?
Well, look at their non-conference. I don't know what their non-conference Oregon's was, but
right.
They were both weak.
Terrible.
That's okay. I'm asking you guys, if you go seed a district, and not Chris and Jarvis, but we'll just say 2 other teams are playing. How do you guys as head coaches? How would you seed? Because team A and team
who's playing better at that particular time? It's that last 10 games thing that the basketball committee uses all the time.
I can use my district a couple years ago. Park Hills beat St. John, and then in the MAAA tournament, St. John beat Park Hills, and I looked at Park Hills, who they played, and I looked at what St. John played, and I voted Park Hills. And their strength of schedule was a lot better, and they played some teams and beat some teams that I don't think St. John would have. So it was a hard decision, but I went with Park Hills.
Yeah.
The one thing that this committee this year has done is they are taking head-to-head into big-time consideration.
Yeah.
Got to. Otherwise, that means
you have to. Yeah.
Selection means absolutely diddly squat.
Well, that's what you already see it, and why they keep picking Texas over Alabama.
But like you said,
Alabama is playing better at the moment.
Alabama could screw. I mean, really. I mean, you're right. Alabama could screw this whole thing up.
And Saban's probably just like, whoa.
So
sure,
without a doubt.
Hold my beer, right? That's what he's saying. And see who you vote. How are you going to vote, committee?
Because he's Nick Saban. He can do something like that.
Yep.
I mean, we'll put it this way. The dominoes will start falling tomorrow night about 10 o'clock after that Oregon-Washington game's over with out in Vegas.
Yeah,
You'll start to see the dominoes fall, and then everybody's starting to hit the panic button on what's going to happen on Saturday during those championship games.
I'll be entrenched in basketball over at Crystal City, so I won't know.
because you're my hero.
Well, it's West Coast, so it'll be later by the time you get
listen,
home.
Obviously, by then.
The undefeated JV coach over here.
Yeah, who hopefully his team's not playing this week because he's not there to coach.
That's
them.
what I was gonna say.
Oh no, we're playing tomorrow night against Summit, and I've already told Ben don't screw it up.
Well,
Zach,
even
you've
if
heard
he
that
loses, you
before.
weren't there.
Ben
That-
ain't gonna coach that game anyway.
I don't know.
Your freshman coach will be coaching that.
That's what's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's the way it goes.
Yeah, if they take the loss, you can big time and blame it on him, I guess, or her, or whoever it is.
Yep.
Well, hey, we're gonna
Hashtag
jump.
big time.
We're gonna jump to a commercial there, and that's a good time to cut this one out. When we come back, we're gonna talk about those St. Louis Cardinals and
Why?
because we are.
Because
We're gonna
we
talk about it.
love the Cardinals.
Yeah. If you can't read Jarvis's shirt, that's okay. His camera's back.
Zach, let's get the
You are watching
I
coach's
flipped the
box.
camera.
We'll
I
be
flipped it,
right
too.
back.
That's
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear all game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I could show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Guys, if you've been in to check out the changes at Casey Buck's Grub and Pub, stop by, check us out. We've got awesome wings, we got great pizza, we got a steak sandwich, a steak salad. Holy cow, we got games, we've got lotto, we've got cold beer, we've got a little bit of everything. Stop by, check us out, check out the weekly specials, barbecue, pork steaks, yum. Harold's Market, thank you, my friends. Check us out. We are waiting for you.
For 24 years, really enjoyed being a basketball coach. When I retired from coaching, I decided that I wanted to get back into the media world. I look at it from more of a coach's point of view. I love to showcase guests. I love to tell their stories, not just locally, regionally, but nationally as well. Joe Namath, Kurt Warner, Patrick Ewing, Katie Smith. Not just talk about their accolades, but what they have given back to the game, what they've given back as leaders in their community. And I want people to be able to listen to my show and to be able to take that into their life. They're going to be able to live their life like a champion. That's a show right there that I feel like is worth listening to.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the next segment of the Coach's Box, and we are going to talk this time about Jim Power's favorite topic, the St. Louis Cardinals. As you can see, that Jim is really excited and enthusiastic about this right now, almost as excited and enthusiastic as he was about the result of the Michigan-Ohio State football game.
Hey, I just got breaking news. The St.
Oh,
Louis
and what would that be? Are we signing Adam Wainwright to another 5-year deal?
No, the St. Louis Cardinals are officially changing the birds on bat to a walking cane. The Cardinals with a walking cane.
Hey,
I
and
mean,
they're
look
also
what they're getting. They're digging graves right now. They're digging
moving
up caskets.
They're moving all games to 3:05 in the afternoon.
Right?
Yes.
Because the AAR,
Yeah, because you have to be back at the nursing home by 8.
All the buffets close by 6, man. They got to be done.
Right?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So,
Kevin,
let's dive into this.
Kevin, explain this to me, how you think they're going to get 21 points better to win the Central, or 21 games better, or 13 games better, just to even squeak into the wild card. And
I will still maintain the pitching staff is better now than it was last season.
Wasn't hard to do.
There's also, let me finish. I believe the ceiling is higher for this pitching staff than it was last season. God, you're like trying to deal with a sophomore.
Oh.
So,
is it a sophomore who won't put their phone away in their class?
Well, it's not
he
even
doesn't even teach sophomores. He
That
has
would be every sophomore.
A decade. He
I've never taught sophomores. They don't let me. They don't let me go below juniors. I can't screw it up that bad. But no, I believe they're going to be better. I do. I believe they're going to be better next year. I don't think they're done yet either. I still think they're going to trade out of that outfield glutton of people. So
they have to. There's just too many. Of them.
They don't have a number one pitcher.
They're just give it time.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, now who's negative?
I'm not being negative. I'm stating a
Wait,
fact.
whoa. Sounds awful negative in my earbuds.
You haven't let me
finish.
Your big fat mouth never stops.
He's just being a hashtag realist. Hashtag realist over
Now
here.
you're both acting like sophomores.
The other four, other deals they made were good. They will be great if they add a number one.
Yes.
And I am so on this with Jamie Rivers. Why would you not go ahead and do a flyer on Bauer?
I would.
Hold on. Did I not say that?
No, you didn't. Anything that you say that might actually be the truth, we're just going to say you didn't say it.
Zach did actually say that.
Jim, you shut your mouth. We've already established that.
Shut up.
No.
Zach has no good idea.
Gets it. It just gets it. The same thing I say, it just takes him a while.
So
right? I mean, he comes to the same conclusion.
So what I believe they did is the bottom end of last year's rotation was really bad. I don't think the bottom end of this rotation is really bad. I still think it's decent.
Oh, God.
So the
you
top
had to
part,
catch yourself. You had to catch yourself.
I didn't want to say good, but I said decent.
Quit lying. You better go say Hail Mary right now. Quit. No. You quit it. You stop it.
Oh, my gosh.
So I still think the offense can be better next year, will be better next year. They do need another pitcher. I think they need a top-end rotation
and
pitcher.
they also need to quit jacking around, and they need to put Edmund.
You need magic marker, Jim. Nobody can read that crap.
No one can read that.
Says help me.
Yeah, well.
And they also need to quit jacking around. Tommy Edmonds, your second baseman. Mason Wynn's your shortstop. And then figure out the outfield.
So deal Donovan.
They're not dealing Donovan because Donovan has more cost control than Edmund.
I would not deal Donovan.
Edmund's gone.
I'm totally. Edmund is not.
What do you
gone.
do with Gorman? Why is Gorman your honest question?
He's
why
your
is
DH.
Gorman not your?
Gorman's a DH.
He's your DH.
He's your DH. Contreras will split some DH time.
Teach him how to play a corner outfield spot and shove him out there too.
Who?
But Gorman.
He'll teach him how to play first base. It's easy to play first base. Just tell him.
He'll
catch the ball.
He'll give our old geriatrics on first. He'll give him a break. He'll give Arenado a break. And he's the DH.
Zach, who's the dude from Moneyball that they converted into a first base?
Scott Hatterberg.
Yeah, Hatterberg.
It's easy.
Come on, Hattie. All you got to do is scoop.
Okay, so
tell him how easy it is. It's incredibly hard.
It's incredibly hard.
So they said this on the radio today, where they said they need to get a lineup where 135 games is the exact same lineup, and just keep it in that order, keep it the same dudes. And they talked about Contreras gets so many games, and then Herrera gets so many games, but all these other guys keep him in the same spot in the order, keep him at the same position, and go.
So
but Zach, can I ask you a question?
So like Mike.
Do you really think Ollie's going to do that? Do you really, honestly, deep down inside, think
analytics?
Going to do that?
Analytics.
Matchups. We gotta go with the matchups, the reverse splits, the forward splits, the I don't give a damn splits, the I don't know what the F I'm doing splits, whatever they're doing.
Of course,
that's
you'd
what
be
they
thinking
do.
a banana split over there, McVay.
I'm just saying, it's funny. Hey, look, it's the whole thing. They're gonna have all these different guys going all different places, and it's like, hey, listen, here's a first baseman's mitt. You need to do this. Like, dude, I'm a pitcher. Why am I playing first base? Well, because we're going to make you play there.
Hold on. I'm going to add on top of this. Cincinnati got worse. People left there. All right. Pittsburgh still, they can't do what they're going to be awful.
The only thing good about Pittsburgh is Pimani brothers. But anyway, go ahead.
And
I just love your approach with that, Kevin. That was awesome.
Yes. And Milwaukee got worse because they lost one of the best managers in the game. And their pitching staff, they're starting to release because, Woodruff and other ones, they're losing them. So the rest of the division got worse. I don't think you have to get a full 20 games better because.
Yeah, but I'm tired of the Cardinal mentality. Let's just win our division. F the division. Let's go win a gosh dang World Series.
Okay, let me ask you this, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer. Would you take a premier closer over a number one? So you got all those dudes.
No.
Would you get no? Okay.
No, I want a number one.
Okay.
No, we have nobody to be the number one. Who are we going to throw out against Wheeler? Who are we going to throw out against?
Listen, what you number two in the Cy Young?
Couple of those years.
Hold on. Is Mozeliak and DeWitt going to spend money for a number one?
That's why Trevor Bauer should be it. That's why Bauer should be it.
I don't know that Bauer's a number one.
Don't you think, though, that
Bauer's
talk about a bulldog mentality? You got some bulldogs.
He got sent down in Japan.
No.
He was going through a little bit of a rough stretch.
But after that,
hold on, time out. Was he healthy and did he pitch? Sign him up.
He's better than any. I would rather him do that and spend money elsewhere, like a reliever, and if you can get Bauer for $10 million or heavy incentive lative, whatever, get him. He's good. I don't care what you put him back in the pros.
I take him. I don't think he's a number one. I take him. I don't think he's a number one.
He's better than the number ones we got now.
Well, he's younger than the number ones we have now, so
bar low, isn't it?
That's definitely a plus.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Gray is.
Our pitching staff's better than last year.
It's still better than last year. The bar was real low last year.
I know, but so I, as a Cardinals fan, should be satisfied. Oh,
I didn't
better
say
than
that.
last year. No, screw DeWitt. Screw all of them. Spend some money.
I didn't say you should. Oh.
Meatloaf!
I never know what she's doing back there.
I agree with all of you.
That's more for me and you. That's more for me.
I agree with all of you. I still think that this version of the pitching staff is better than last year's.
Well, that's
and I
not
still think that
saying
they are
much.
20
You
games
could
better than
have
last
you
year.
could have got Father McGivney's staff, and it's going to be better than last year.
Did I quantify it? I just said they were better than last year.
I mean, yeah, but that's not.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Hold on.
wrong,
Jarvis
but
tells me
you're
this
not-
all the time. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Exactly.
They lost 92 games.
Yeah, that's not going to take much to be better. I want to be exceptional. I
Can
want
you
to
throw
be able
strikes?
to contend.
Yes, better.
Contend.
Will someone hit those strikes? Yes.
It's not even
Yeah,
December
better.
1st. Would you?
I
guys call
don't
the freak
care.
out?
Okay, time out. Does the lineup, does the actual position playing lineup have enough to score runs? When you say win and you say Edmund,
no,
I don't think that's enough. I think they got to go get a power bat.
Gorman's going to be better. Gorman's going to be better this year. Walker will be better this year.
Going to be better.
You'll still get enough.
Bro Neal's going to be out there.
Bro Neal's traded.
I'm done. I'm done.
Traded.
I still think Newt will be better.
Newt will be better as long as he's healthy.
How much you want to bet?
Walker will be better. Goldschmidt will still be able to contribute. Arenado will be able to contribute. The problem is going to be from Will Mason Wynn be able to hit at the major league level? Will some of these other guys be able to contribute and get on base? If you don't have guys getting on base in front of your power dudes, you have a guy who might hit 40 home runs and drive in 90. That's not good enough.
Is this the year that Dylan Carlson figures it out?
With the fury.
Carlson and Bro Neal are gone.
Well,
gone. Hasta la vista.
Carlson's going to go to the Yankees and hit a bunch of dongs and be a stud.
You all, except for Jason, you all thought I was crazy when I said Mizzou would win 10 games. I'm telling you right now, this team will win the division.
You did not say that at the beginning of the year.
Yes, we did.
I did.
I did.
Not pre-week 1.
I said they could win anywhere from 8 to 10 games, and you acted like I was absolutely insane.
Hey, congratulations to Coach Eddie on his first win in like 3 years.
Hey, is he undefeated?
Yeah, he's undefeated right now. You and Jim Powers. Jim Powers has 3. You have 1.
So,
but I also have a championship too.
Oh,
You're calling a championship game. That's not the same thing.
I got a plaque.
Yeah, championship of a 2-team tournament bracket.
I was going to say, what was there? One team, you and another?
No, there were 2, but one of them didn't show up.
Oh my God!
It was a 4-man scramble with just 3 guys, and 2 of them were dead. So
hold on, we can't talk golf on this show anymore. We get in trouble when we talk golf.
Like the Cardinals pitching staff almost dead.
Well, that's true. I mean, they have a 5-year plan, as you see.
I'm
don't die.
That's been going on 7 years right now.
Clip this now. Cardinals will win the division next year.
I want you to say that again really slowly and into the camera.
Yeah. I'll say the Cardinals.
Hang on. Let's zoom in on Kevin here. And I want you to say that again, Kevin.
The Cardinals will win the division, the NL Central, in 2024. I guarantee it.
And at this point, we had to wonder if Kevin needed to be drug tested.
I'm wondering if he was hanging out with Aaron Rodgers this last week.
Legos.
Yes, Kevin, I'm going to double down. They will win the Central.
Jarvis, now we're going to zoom in on you, and I want you to say that again.
Holy cow, look at that face!
Look at how big
Look
this
at that
head
banana
is.
split.
Now, say that again, Jarvis. Make that bold prediction.
I think because the Central sucks, that the Cardinals will be able to win it this coming year. They'll win it.
All right.
They'll win it going away, and it won't even be on Bally's because Bally's will drop them.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my bold prediction.
Jim,
right?
guess what?
Are we ready? Hang on.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
I predict that the Cardinals will make the playoffs because they will tie some team in the division and have to play a 163rd game, but they will lose that game and they will somehow make the wild card because everybody else will suck at some point. They will lose the wild card round because they are the Cardinals and they are not committed to winning the World Series. They're only concerned about getting to the playoffs and being a part of it. That's it. My prediction. In a story.
All right. Let's go banana split.
All right, here we go, Zach. Let's go. All your positivity.
My prediction for the St. Louis Cardinals is that it is going to be the 1990s version again of the St. Louis Cardinals, and they are not going to win the division. They're not going to get into the wild card. They might win maybe 80 ball games.
Wow, that's 80. Will 80 get you into the playoffs?
I'll look it up.
No, it won't. All right, and Jim, big time, and let's hear it. Go ahead. Let's get your bold prediction. Go ahead. Sit a little closer now.
I'm going to sit closer for this.
All right.
I agree with Zach. They are not going to make the playoffs. They may only win. I'll go 82 games, but that still is not going to be enough because they haven't done enough, and Mosaic will not spend the money to do enough to make this a premier team like the Cardinals should be.
Man,
I mean, Kevin, you talk about the other teams in the division. We don't play the same team. We don't play the Central 85%. The schedule isn't the old schedule.
Yeah, I realize that. But those teams are still bad enough. They are going to be bad against everybody.
Oh, my God, Brian Deering.
Man, I saw that.
Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to just the mic drop just happened.
So let's stay on topic here and finish this up.
I'm saying I'll be.
Look, I gotta say,
I
do think that the additions to the pitching staff will help eat up innings when you have a decimated pitching staff from last year.
It'll help the bullpen. It will help.
It will help. Yeah, but they're only going to pitch these dudes 6 innings at the most, even when those guys have a bulldog mentality and want to go out there and pitch 7 because the analytics say that they can't pitch the third time.
Okay,
through.
so time out.
Well,
so why bring those guys in if you're not going to let them throw?
Why
in
they had what's his name from Quintana? He was a guy who could have. He had 70 pitches. He was pitched 70 pitches, and he was dealing. And it's like, no, we can't let him see. They can't see him a third time. Hell, they pitched against him before. It ain't like this is some new stuff. Like, ooh, let's hide it. It's a brand new out of bounds play. Don't let anybody see it. No, they pitched against this guy. People have had at bats against him. They're like, well, I don't know if I've seen everything. You've been in the league for 10 years. Hell, you've seen everything he does. Come on, let it play out. No. We gotta stop. We can't do that. And what happens? They lose in the wild card. That's what they do. So if they don't go away from that stupid ass way of thinking, they will not win a World Series ever again. They might make the playoffs. Let's get in the wild card and see what happens. No, you get the wild card, you get your ass beat. That's what's going to happen to them. At best.
All they care about.
Do you think they care about World I can't believe that took 53 minutes to happen.
It's not even December 1st. Let's wait until February 20th and see where we're at.
Okay, Mo.
Yeah, now
you see a freaking bow tie anywhere?
Exactly. Yeah.
Congratulations on your win. High five, Coach.
We'll
hey, tell him we're live. Make sure you tell him
the
he's live.
Yeah, we're live right now. So
we will know a lot more on what's going to happen because if he doesn't pull the trigger at the winter meetings, they are not going to make another move.
If they end up getting someone like, say, Dylan Cease in a trade,
I'll take it.
We'll take it. The pitching staff as is better than it was last year. Will it be way better if they get a number 1 and those guys push from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3? Yes, it will be, and it will be a division-winning series or pitching staff if they get a number 1 that put those guys in the right slots. Would you agree to that?
Maybe.
The possibility.
It'll be interesting to see, but but everybody better have Apple TV come September next year because that's the only place we're going to be able to watch.
I've already got it from the MLS.
Oh,
yeah,
so
you should have gotten the MLS.
What is that?
I'm telling the other 3.
Yeah.
Major League Sulking.
No, that's that.
Oh,
Major.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Major League.
I hate PD. What's our PD activity today?
This could have been done in an email.
Oh,
Criminal
wow!
minds.
I'm glad our supervisors are not watching this.
I never said it was their PD.
Oh, okay.
So, by the way, Kevin, Archie is now up 40-14 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the problem. You haven't figured this into the equation. We talked about this at lunch. They're going to get hurt. So the fact that because apparently they don't stretch the right way.
Okay, now wait. Hang on, Zach.
Because the medical staff has yet to keep anybody healthy on the Cardinals or the Blues for the last umpteen years. I don't know hockey, but I hear on the radio how half of them are hurt.
Zach, I have a serious question.
We're actually all healthy.
Zach, I have a serious question here. Will they get hurt because someone tried to mug them outside of the nursing home and take their wallet and AARP card?
No,
is that what will happen?
Hey, y'all are going to eat crow. Y'all going to eat crow just like you did with Mizzou. You guys are all going to eat crow.
I said they'll make the playoffs because they'll luck into a wild card spot.
They're going to win the division going away.
Miller thinks they're going to back into it. Once again, hashtag realistic. Me and Zach, call us negative, whatever you want. But
you're negative, whatever you want.
Hashtag realist
conversations. Real world.
You sound like a Democrat, but whatever.
No.
Whoa, hey, we don't bring politics on this show.
Hold on. We don't go down that road, and I don't want Nolan to think that either. So.
Oh,
hey, did anybody?
Hey, by the way, speaking of which, hey Miller, how'd you like Langhauser on your game last night?
He was fine. He asked me if he should give me my technical now or at the end of the game, and I said, "You won't have a single problem with me all night." And you know what? He didn't. But he did tell me his name was Mike Nolan when he shook my hand at the captain's meeting. I'm pretty sure I said I don't know what smart comment I made after that. But
anybody else hear the Yadier Molina news?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Let's hear that one.
Yeah, he is going to be a consultant for the year. They apparently left it up to him to decide how much time he was willing to commit to it. They were willing to hire him as a full-time coach. He decided he did not want to be a full-time coach yet.
Well, yeah, he figured out how much time it was. He almost didn't want to be a full-time catcher his last year. So I mean, come on.
He's got young kids, I think.
So if they want to they'll call him in for 2 weeks at a time to come do some catching stuff here and there. And
is he going to work with Contreras and help him?
Or they'll send him down to Memphis and let
Can he call pitches?
Guys.
He could pay with PitchCom. You can call him from anywhere now.
True.
That's true.
Maybe
while he's on a beach.
Well, until September when he can't watch the game on Bally's and call a game.
It's warm by then.
We're really hard on that.
City by then.
Yeah. So. Yep.
It's really sad. We were watching the end of Bally Sports, and it's super sad. It's going to be the World Series of Poker all day, every day, and then some.
Well, I mean, it is Bally's.
They'll have the. Are they getting rid of the Blues?
Good point, Kevin.
Blues are gone too.
They're getting rid of the Blues.
Blues are gone too.
Yeah.
So okay.
I'll go ahead on this because I think
and the Cardinals need to get together and co-produce through the same team and co-own this business that would then be producing these games.
Off the rails media.
I don't have time for that, Jarvis.
Well,
I'll do it.
Hey,
we would quit everything else.
It would just
Hey, we'll get Brad Thompson here. Yep, that'd be great.
Okay.
We're bringing
Can't
back
even get you guys together to do a freaking podcast once a week. It's hard. Are you kidding me?
Are you talking about? This is coming from the guy that I can't be there this week. Yeah. What are you talking about?
You talking to me?
Yeah,
you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I don't see anybody else.
Learn to push. Learn to push the damn buttons. No.
Well, we know it's not big time. This is the most shows in a row you've been in. I mean, golly. It took you 2 years to actually show up. I didn't even know you were part of the coach's box.
Jim respects you.
Well,
so
Jarvis,
much
you would know that. Jarvis, you would know that if you ever read the agenda.
Oh, my bad. I'm a little funky tonight. We got off the snide and got a win, so I'm
That's good.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
Hey, will you send Chris film?
Oh, he can have it. It's on Mission TV. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, I'll get on there.
He ain't gonna need it. I've seen their team play. Shoot, he's gonna smoke us.
Real quick, and No, because someone had told me this, and I forgot to double check this because if it was actually true, I wanted to talk about it. But the Corey Perry from the Blackhawks was dismissed.
Yeah, did you see that?
But apparently there was a lot of rumors going around that it was because he had inappropriate relations with Connor Bedard's mom.
Yeah,
that is apparently
it's
that's false
though. That's what I heard.
But that's still really funny because Connor Bedard's mom is a fairly attractive woman. Okay,
Yes.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
There are memes all over the internet.
Oh,
There was
yes,
one on
there
Twitter
it's
today that
ridiculous.
The Atlanta Thrashers have signed Corey Perry and canceled the subsequent mom's trip.
Oh man, hey,
good one.
it's still funny because it's the Blackhawks, though. It doesn't matter. It's still funny. I love it. I absolutely love it because I hate the Blackhawks.
So
Yeah. All right. Well, we do need to jump into a last commercial break, and then we'll have a quick segment 3 when we come back. You are watching, I don't know, maybe you still are, The Coach's Box. We will return.
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear all game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I could show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Guys, if you've been in to check out the changes at Case and Buck's Grub and Pub, stop by, check us out. We've got awesome wings, we got great pizza, we got a steak sandwich, a steak salad. Holy cow, we got games, we've got lotto, we've got cold beer, we've got a little bit of everything. Stop by, check us out, check out the weekly specials, barbecue, pork steaks, yum. Harold's Market, thank you, my friends. Check us out. We are waiting for you.
For 24 years, really enjoyed being a basketball coach. When I retired from coaching, I decided that I wanted to get back into the media world. I look at it from more of a coach's point of view. I love to showcase guests. I love to tell their stories, not just locally, regionally, but nationally as well. Joe Namath, Kurt Warner, Patrick Ewing, Peyton Smith. Not just talk about their accolades, but what they have given back to the game, what they've given back as leaders in their community. And I want people to be able to listen to my show and to be able to take that into their lives. They're going to be able to live their life like a champion. That's a show right there that I feel like is worth listening to.
All right, everybody, welcome to our third and final segment of the Coach's Box. If you enjoy our show, well, there might be something wrong with you, but in case you do like watching it, you can always check out all of our previous episodes. They are on our Facebook and YouTube page. You can check them out for a grand total of, okay, I'll let you guys total this up. How much does it cost to go back and watch all of our shows and content?
Free.
It's free. 1,000% free. $0 down, except your time. Maybe that's worth something to you. But if it's not, you can definitely check out our show and watch it from the comfort of your own home or wherever on your device from several different platforms. Or you can listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It is also free. You don't get the full experience, though, because you don't get to see our ugly faces. But at the same time, we do have a lot of fun, and every now and then we do sound entertaining or funny. Usually not. But anyway, so final segment of the show, fellas. What is on the docket for this one? Not everybody at once.
Don't ask me.
Jarvis doesn't read anything, so we know he doesn't know.
Anybody got their predictions for Mizzou football coming up Sunday? Where they're going to get shipped or where they're going to go? Is there a scenario where they get left out of the New Year's Six?
Well, Jim already said they are.
I missed part of that.
You were having internet issues.
I mean, I hate to say it. It boils down to money. Yeah, I do. Because I would love to see Mizzou play on December 30th. Yes, I do.
I don't believe you.
I would love to see them play on December 30th.
You're a liar.
But I honestly believe that if there's a choice between them and Ole Miss, the committee's going to take Ole Miss over Mizzou because Ole Miss will bring more people, spend more money, and we all know that's what the Bulls want. Money, money, money.
Yeah. Well, that's probably going to happen, unfortunately. And just because you said it like that, you're going to speak it into existence. So after it happens, Jim, I'm just going to tell you suck and I hate your predictions.
Hey,
but
I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be
No. Hell no. No.
Georgia wins, and this settles absolutely everything.
No, it doesn't. Alabama will be. No, Mizzou is not leapfrogging. No.
I'm just simply saying that settles the debacle of the SEC getting into the playoff, which settles everything else.
Wait. Are those spirit fingers you're doing?
Jazz hands,
I'm still gonna say it's probably. I'll probably say that it's going to be Mizzou and Texas in the Cotton Bowl.
Oof.
What is your phone doing right in front of the camera right now?
Whatever I want.
Are you checking your OnlyFans account or something? I mean, what are you doing?
You get a new job
I
get a new job at St. Clair?
No, I do not. So no, I do not work at St. Clair.
Hey, no, because I tell you what he's not doing. He's not flipping his camera around so we can see the Cardinals the right way.
I flipped it. It keeps going back to that.
There is no freaking way that you did it right, but it's okay.
Yes, I did. I clicked down here.
Grandpa,
There it is.
Grandpa, it's okay.
And then I click it off, and it goes back. I don't know why.
Listen. All right, you want my prediction? It's a New Year's Day game, but it's not the New Year's Six.
I don't want to listen to you.
Very well.
No.
I think they're going to end up in the Citrus Bowl.
Blah, blah.
I think they're going to end up playing Penn State in the Citrus Bowl.
Oh, what is that even a thing still?
Is that even a bowl?
Yeah. It's Monday, January 1st at 1 p.m.
No, that didn't even make it any fun. I can't even have a good time. No, that's not no. It's not happening.
I'm just you asked the prediction. That is my prediction. They will end up playing in Orlando, Florida on January 1st against Penn State in the Cheez-It.
That's all right. How'd you like my prediction? My prediction about them Wolverines. Go Michigan.
Hang on.
Go Big Blue.
Okay, what is the name of that bowl again, Jim?
The Cheeto Citrus Bowl.
Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
How the hell is that even?
How's that Cheez-It and citrus? How's that go together?
How does that even work?
They're paid $5 million for naming rights. I have no freaking idea.
Did you come up with that name?
Nope. I'm not taking credit for that one.
You're up there big time in it though.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and the mighty midget has chimed in, ladies and gentlemen.
Midget, look at my fat butt. I'm not a midget.
No, not you, Eddie Marino.
Almost.
The Jim Howard Bowl.
Oh my goodness.
The bowl.
I guess it could have been the Chris Miller, KY, and whatever else bowl.
Oh,
it's the.
And he told Charles
the petroleum jelly bowl.
Petroleum jelly.
So
we don't have enough Vaseline for this game bowl.
Hey, there you go.
You know, Tony the Tiger has a bowl in the game now.
Yes.
The Sun Bowl.
No.
The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
I know I didn't.
What about What about the Pop-Tart Bowl where the actual mascot is going to be edible?
Oh,
did you guys see that?
Shut the is that even a thing? Are you messing with me right now?
I am not. I am dead serious.
All right, I'm already done with the bowls. So I wanted to bring something up. I probably wasn't on the agenda. I don't care.
It wasn't on the agenda.
What do you think about this Reese situation in LSU?
I mean, we don't know. It's all.
Don't be like the coach and not say anything. What do we got?
I mean, that's. I was going to say that's the whole point. Is that you're not going to know exactly what happened because Mulkey's keeping everything behind closed doors as well as she should because it's still a kid.
Room? Did you hear her locker room talk? Did you hear her?
No, I wasn't there.
No, like it was. Shut up. It was on. It's been put out there, like on social media. I forgot. You're watching Disney. My bad. But it was put out there about she talked about how sacred the locker room was and all this stuff. And I'm not a big fan of her. But after hearing her talk, I was like, well, maybe I like her all right. But I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thing with the much money as that girl's probably making in NIL. And I liked seeing a coach say, well, you know what? You just stay away for a while.
Yeah.
It's all speculation, whatever we come up with. But yeah, I mean, one wonders I mean, again, you bring in some transfers like the Haley girl from Louisville or wherever she was at. Could have been chemistry issues. I mean, there's only one basketball, so who's going to get all the shots? I mean, you never know.
She left the door open for her to be able to kind of come back into this by keeping everything close to the vest and kind of keeping it quiet and not airing dirty laundry out in the media. So I think that she's left the pathway open. She just is like, listen, this is going to be our way or my way, or not. So your choice.
The highway.
So.
Well, I mean, who knows what was said and what was done, but at the same time, I mean, she has to maintain that kind of control of the program. Otherwise, bad things can happen. So, and she's won 4 national championships. Okay, I mean, she kind of knows what she's doing.
Let's be real. Would we really be? I mean, football coaches have done these things before with some of these, and so I mean, it's like if Saban does this, is it as big a deal type of thing? I
don't think it's as big of a deal if Angel Reese wasn't like she was, in
the championship game.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would make it totally different because she's very polarizing. You either like her or you don't. I particularly don't. She's a good player. I just don't like her.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not. So
no,
I am watching them right now, but I'm not a fan.
I'm just saying it's
that's on the TV behind me here too.
Oh, is that what's going on? Now we're going to get a copyright thing. Thanks for saying that, Jim. Gosh, she had one job.
Can't see it.
I think Big Time would know that.
Yeah, you know the rules here, okay?
I don't know.
I mean, look at the sign behind Coach Miller.
Okay, again, let me show you the sign behind me. Any transmission or production of this contest without the consent of Misha is, wait for it, prohibited. Now you know. So now you should know how this works, Jim. Okay. But I think that if we wouldn't have had that kind of thing last year with her, we wouldn't have such a big to do about this. It would be just whatever reasons. Okay, done. But she is wildly popular. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, people know who she is. So when she isn't playing, there you go. So it's got to be news somehow.
Sure.
That's just the way it is. Kind of like with LeBron. Right. Anytime LeBron sneezes, people either love it because he's LeBron or they hate it because he's LeBron.
And speaking of LeBron, hold on now. Speaking of LeBron,
Breaking news
this afternoon. Bronny has been cleared to go full go, and he will start practice with USC next week.
Yeah.
And my lack of caring is extremely low for that.
And I'm watching the LSU game, and just her antics on the court.
It rubs you the wrong way if you're a basketball purist.
If you're a basketball fan, you don't have to be a purist. If you just like watching basketball.
So I thought, Jim, you were going to go up with the actual breaking news that happened today about LeBron James, that Maverick Carter, his manager, used an illegal bookmaker and bet on NBA games. Yeah.
Raggy.
Yeah, you told federal agents in 2021 that he bet on NBA games. That's kind of a no-no.
Is it?
But yeah, well, you know what? It's okay if it's
explain why it's a no-no.
Look at the NFL.
He works for LeBron.
He's his manager, and you bet on NBA games. What happened to Calvin Ridley?
So LeBron's housekeeper can't bet on basketball games?
No.
It's a direct relationship with the player. You might as well hey, you know what? I'm going to put a bet that LeBron doesn't play, and all of a sudden LeBron doesn't play because of load management. Do you think
I'm going to place a bet against
keyword.
Business people do that all the time with stock market information. I don't see what the big
wait, business people. I thought we were talking about government officials doing
there that. There it is. There we go.
Doesn't matter what political party you are. You have insider knowledge on this stuff. Hey, let's make some money.
I don't. I will have to say if something comes about that will be like one of his first blemishes. Really, right?
Besides it would besides the decision.
Is it his though? Now let me ask you. Is it LeBron's blemish? Because he may not have a clue. He may never have known. It's his agent.
How do you know they weren't working together?
Jim Harbaugh.
How do you know they were? That's my question.
Everybody's stealing signs.
You can't bring that up because everybody does that.
Yeah.
No, you don't know. This is one again. Because you don't like him, you're going to say, he was in on. You don't know.
I didn't say he was.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. Wait, it doesn't matter. He could be guilty. They could have him dead to rights, and they'll treat him just like they did, just like the NCAA did Kansas. Yeah. We know you cheated. We see the bags of cash. We have your fingerprints on them, Bill Self. But it's okay because we passed the NIL rules.
You know what this all means, don't you? Yeah. This is all going to mean because his agent bet on NBA games, Mizzou is getting a postseason ban.
And Ohio State gets free tattoos. Free tattoos for all Ohio State fans and players.
What are we talking about?
Hey,
Ohio State's going to get caught
you get a tattoo.
Because they're selling Iowa all of Michigan's signs.
Hey, I tell you,
it doesn't matter. Iowa punters their best player.
Right. It brings up the issue about professional sports, though, and I see more and more of the stuff where they talk about is it rigged, whether it's with the officiating or whether it's with the betting. I mean, when you opened up that Pandora's box to sports betting, now when Chris says load management, is it the books? Is it the odds? I mean, you don't know anymore. So when we can sit here and complain about how do the refs or how in an NFL game, how are the refs that obviously, like, how do they make those calls? You have to wonder because it's already happened. It happened in the NBA with what was it, Donahue or whatever the guy's.
Oh yeah, Tim Donahue.
Donahue, there you go. Yeah, I mean, so who's to say it's still not happening? Honestly.
This is true. The toothpaste got squeezed out of the tube and can't be put back in once they started moving teams to Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're adding baseball in Las Vegas,
is
it's
not
going to be
a bad place anymore. It's more family friendly.
But when you're letting FanDuel be one of your corporate sponsors, when you're letting DraftKings be one of your corporate sponsors, Kevin hit it right on the head. You're opening Pandora's box, and there ain't no going back.
Why are you leaning back so far right now? Will you stop being so damn comfortable?
He's trying to steal the signs. He's looking over the big sheets.
I don't. He
I'm actually looking at my other computer screen to see Archie winning by 14 points in the Class 88 bank game.
Is anybody even? Nobody's even there, are they?
Yeah, there's actually a decent crowd for it tonight.
Yeah.
The eight man.
The 8 man.
In the,
well,
in the
there's
rain,
16
in
people
the rain
there.
and fog at Thoreau Field.
8 for each team. But the whole town
you
of
got
Archie and the other one, I can't remember what the other one is.
Jughead.
Yep.
Veronica.
Yep.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the comic books.
Worth County.
Worth County. Yeah, the whole county's there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably.
Archie comic books. Come on.
All 47
on
people
that
in that
note,
county.
I'm
Pick
just
up
saying.
4 or 8-man football kids that are having the time of their life at Thoreau Field.
Is 8-man football really considered football?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, then why? Okay, I set that
It's
question.
really
up.
fun to watch, actually.
Think about
it really
this.
is.
Okay,
I've never
wait.
seen it.
Just hear me out on this. You have 6 classes already of football, and then you add a 7th class of football. How freaking watered down is the football state playoff?
Do you know how many kids go to Archie High School? 41.
No, there's more than that.
No, 41.
Can't be.
41.
Okay, great, good for them.
Well,
That's in there. That's in 3 classes. That's a raw enrollment 3 classes. They have at least 15 more kids.
Well, what I think you're gonna see in the next 10 to 15 years is you're gonna see 8-man leak onto the east side of the state a whole lot more.
should.
I have flat out said it.
And it is like arena football for high schoolers.
Yeah.
Should put the nets up and everything.
I guess they
that's
put the
too
flags
expensive.
up. I guess I don't know.
I love calling the 8-man game, and this is the first year in a long time I haven't called the 8-man game.
Because there's only 5 names you got to remember.
There's just scoring everywhere.
Okay, wait. I have a question. Do they have one of those really cool rules where the guy gets to take off at a dead sprint towards the line of scrimmage?
No,
and
they
then
do not have they don't have the college football league rules. I mean, the Canadian
arena football.
league rules.
No, that's arena football, isn't it?
No,
where
that's
they
Canadian.
take off?
It was.
XFL had it too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, still, hey, okay. Why haven't more of these smaller schools that are been struggling with numbers in football? Why haven't they gone to 8-man football here on this side?
It's going to happen more
in the northwest part of the state. They do. They don't here because there's not others.
When I went to work at Sturgeon and people told me there was 8-man football going on in some of these schools, I'm like, what the hell is 8-man football? I thought they were messing with me, like going snipe hunting or something. I didn't understand that was actually a thing.
There's no thing.
No, there's no snipes. Sorry, it's like just like Santa Claus, not real. I'll ruin it for you watching it.
You just ruined it for me.
Well, sorry. Well, hope Weston's not listening.
No,
so
he's
wait,
not.
okay. Think about this though. Why haven't more schools just all got together and say, hey, look, we've struggled with numbers. Have you struggled with numbers? Let's do 8-man football. What's so hard about doing that?
It's an enrollment issue.
Yes.
If you got a handful of teams and schools that could get together and contact each other, because God forbid anybody would ever do that and put an email thread together and say, listen, are you guys having trouble getting football players?
But
why don't we all, are you interested in 8-man football?
Isn't there an enrollment maximum?
Yes,
that you can
the
have to be an
enrollment
8-man?
cap
Correct.
is like 100 in the
Okay.
school.
But
So you can't go 8-man. You cannot go 8-man if your enrollment is above 100.
But why? Okay. Why couldn't a group of schools get together and with the new MISHA, leadership here that we have, it's been kind of a changing of the guard and some philosophy. Why can't they continue to push to get a higher number?
I think that
they maybe have 2 classes of 8-man, or have
they
more teams
did
play
last
in it.
year. They did
Okay,
last
man.
year, and it got voted down by the athletic directors and the principals.
You can't have all the other schools vote for it.
I'm telling you, it got voted down, but they're going to put it back up again.
Because it adds another classification. All the other schools get to vote for it because
Okay.
8-man football is not treated as a separate sport.
Here's the kicker.
It's
Go
treated
look
as
at.
football.
It is treated as a separate sport, though.
Go look at
Is
their
it?
rosters.
No,
too,
it's not.
Chris.
They're playing in the football championship.
No. Look at it, because you have 11-man football, and then you have 8-man football. When you look at you click on the sports and activities at MISHA, you have those two. You have just like you have boys basketball and girls basketball. You
But
have
it's still
8-man football. I'm not disagreeing. That's why I said you have 7 classes of football.
Chris, I still think that they're added. I still think while it is 2 separate sports, I still think they're included as football schools.
Right.
So I think they all vote together.
Here's the even kicker on this, Chris, is the fact that if you look at some of their rosters, the 8-man rosters have more kids than some of the 11-man rosters, especially on our side of the state. They've got 40-plus kids on a roster.
It's more fun. It's all about fun. You have fun.
Here's the other thing too, is part of the vote last year was to go back to 5 classes for football.
It should,
because of Class 1 losing teams to 8-man and paring it down like that, and I think that's going to happen sooner than later as well. I think we're going to be back to 5 classes probably in the next 3 to 5 years.
Can we go back to having 5 classes in basketball too? I think this is stupid to have so many. It's so dumb. It takes away from winning. Okay, look, it's hard enough to win a state championship, and I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, it's easy." No, it's not. It doesn't matter what sport it is. But in terms of how much harder it is than what it was, it's extremely easy in comparison to how it used to be. And what's the purpose of this when you still have, and I'll use the example like Zach said a couple years ago about, well, you got a Class 6 school that can't beat a Class 2 school. Well, it's because kids don't play the sports, so there's more of a level playing field in essence. Why do we care about the stupid enrollment anyway? I mean, really, why? I almost threw up my mouth. Go with more of an Illinois style of doing things where it's like, hey, we're just going to decide what classification you're in.
I'm out.
Great.
Didn't I say that too?
Hold on. How many times have you guys heard me say I like the Illinois format better in football than I like the Missouri format?
I don't know. I've heard you say you like Illinois.
And then I was zoned out.
Then he zones out after that.
I'm sorry.
I like it too. I don't see them going to it because I don't think Michigan wants anything to have to do with seeding, ranking, or putting.
But either way, why not just put it back where it was?
Why not? They draw such good lines.
Well, it's because they're rubber band. They expand.
But okay, but that goes back to our same argument as before. And it's the same problem they have with football. It's the same problem they have with softball. The same problem they have with you have such a vast district because you're trying to get teams that are in these certain. When you have more teams that can fit into a group of classification, it's easier to find schools that are centrally or located geographically close. When you have to start going, you're splitting hairs. You can't keep dividing this down.
Here's what's going to happen. If you reduce the classification numbers and you do what you want to do, well, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have bad teams that are going to shut down their programs because they're not winning, and kids aren't going to go out for the team. So then you're going to lose those programs. You're going to lose all that money. Coaches are going to lose jobs. And you are going to have the smaller schools that have a tradition of it, but you're going to that's 10%.
Co-op.
Co-ops
I don't see that happening either.
Out to play.
I don't see that happen because again, if you have School A and School B right now can barely field the team as it is.
Right.
It's not going to happen. And so now all of a sudden, if I'm a bad program that's got 200 kids in it, and now instead of playing a capped at 400, I'm just trying to do simple math. Now I got to play schools that's capped at 600 or 700. No, I'm not doing that. And the kids are going to say, why? We're already losing out, and now we got to play somebody else that's even like 3 times our size. Nope, I'm out. I'll go get a job. I'll go do this. I'll go do that. I'll do anything but playing sports.
If they don't want to play, guys, they're not going to play. Period. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just not. Doesn't matter if it's football, basketball, baseball, anybody else. Doesn't matter. They're not going to play. I'm telling you right now, I've seen more of a parity between larger enrollment schools and smaller enrollment schools in the last 10 years than I've ever seen, because kids are not playing in those bigger schools like these. But now you can say some of the better programs in the bigger schools because of the community, the tradition, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're not seeing it as you were before. And so you're seeing more of these smaller schools able to play with larger schools.
So you're basically seeing it's more quality than quantity is what you're saying.
Oh, no.
No, my God.
All right.
Yeah, I think the show has hit a new low, and we're going to be good.
Do what I say.
No, it does
takes
not.
you all a while.
It does not.
It takes you all a while, but
right.
eventually you come around.
No, I'm not. I do not agree.
In February, you guys are going to agree with me that the Cardinals will win the division running away.
No.
No, sorry. That's not going to happen.
I had to. Sorry.
I don't care. Football, the more numbers you have, the better chance you have. I don't care.
Oh, I hear you.
I mean, if you got kids, but then again, you have more chances of kids coming out to play than what you would if you didn't have those kids. I can say that because I've coached at a school that had 81 kids literally in the high school between 4 grades, and when your 6th or 7th man is nicknamed Pooh Bear because he's not very good and he's just there, and he's the quietest, sweetest kid you've ever been around. You're in trouble when you get in the bench. I would love to have 10 kids that might be able to do something, but that's what we got.
Can I ask a serious, legitimate question that
you have like 30 seconds?
I don't think anybody's told me. If you did, I forgot. Okay.
I did.
Why do they do enrollment freshman, sophomore, junior when freshmen
seniors are leaving?
Seniors are leaving.
But if it's for this year, it's for this year, right?
Doesn't matter.
Enrollment was taken last year.
Yeah,
it's not taken this year.
No, it's taken previous year.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't know, and I just wondered.
Yeah, there's a declaration period in like April of the previous year.
In 1776, there was a declaration period.
1492.
Nope, that's the boat.
Nope. Jarvis is like, I want to go to bed.
Dude, I'm out.
I'm tired.
I don't hear it anymore about McVay's got to go to bed.
Daddy Jughead's tired.
McVay hasn't coached a sport in a long time. You have all this time. You have time. And you don't have a 2-year-old.
It's glorious.
Now, Jarvis, that last part is a life choice, okay? So you just got to deal with that.
It's so many. Cut it right now.
It's a great life choice.
I know. I'm just saying. You can't put some note about it.
It's a great life.
What is this sleep you speak of? And on that note.
No, what Moreno said, even when he does, is he coaching? That is. He sits at the end of the bench like this. And then when he coaches baseball, he sits there like this, like he's cold. And
because when we play, it's freezing.
Okay.
It is freezing.
What's the difference between Zach coaching basketball and baseball? The kind of pants he's wearing.
That's it.
Denim to baseball pants.
Hey, there you go.
Just like that.
I think we'd rather see him in denim, but whatever.
Valid point.
Manny's like, I like the baseball pants.
And on
that note,
Joe has went to a definite low.
Hey, that's all right. We made 170 of these things, by God, so we can already dip low.
170?
No, crazy,
I can't
right?
even count that high.
Well, I'm really sorry about that.
That's
why you're teaching history.
CTE.
So appreciate everybody tuning in for another episode of the Coach's Box. You can always watch us again on Facebook, YouTube. You can go back and check out all of our episodes for free. Not a damn dime you will have to pay. And for all the guys, hopefully we will see you guys next week. I don't know. Does anybody have a tournament next week? Jim, I don't care if you have a tournament next week.
I don't.
I have one game next week.
I got 2. So we'll probably see you guys at some point next week. So from all the guys, have a great night. Be safe. God bless. Peace out.
This episode of the Coach's Box, Call It Like We See It podcast is brought to you by Off the Rails Media. Life's more fun when you're off the rails.